She tried to steal my house until I fought back. If you enjoy real-life drama stories, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the so you never miss a new upload. My friends and I used to walk every morning, just after sunrise, talking about whatever came to mind. One day, the conversation drifted to daughters-in-law. They all had stories, complaints, frustrations, little battles fought in kitchens and living rooms. They talked about how their sons had changed, how the girls were difficult or demanding. I listened quietly, because at the time, I didn't have a daughter-in-law. Not yet. My name is Judith Myers and I have one son, Jason. About a year after that conversation, Jason married a woman named Tiffany. She was friendly, polite, and eager to make a good impression. I welcomed her warmly. I wanted to be the kind of mother-in-law people bragged about, not the kind they whispered about on morning walks. At first, everything was perfectly fine. Tiffany complimented my cooking, my garden, and especially my home. She loved my home, every room, every piece of furniture, every detail. She'd walk through the house with wide eyes, touching things, asking where I bought them, saying she hoped to have a house just like this one someday. I didn't think much of it at first, but her comments slowly shifted. She started saying things like, "This house is perfect for a young family," or "You must get tired of maintaining such a big place." Then she began suggesting that I should downsize, that Jason should take over the house, that it would be better for everyone. One afternoon she said it outright, as casually as if she were asking me to pass the salt. "Judith, don't you think it's time to sign the house over to Jason?" I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. I told her firmly that it was never going to happen. This house was mine. I'd worked for it, paid for it, cared for it. I wasn't handing it over to anyone. Her smile changed after that. It didn't reach her eyes anymore. A few weeks later, she showed up at my door with her sister. They said they needed to grab a box they'd stored in my basement months earlier. I let them in without a second thought. A minute later, Tiffany called up the stairs, saying she heard water running and I needed to come look. I hurried down, worried about a burst pipe, but the moment I reached the bottom, her sister grabbed me and shoved me into a chair. Tiffany moved fast, shockingly fast, tying my wrists and ankles with rope she'd brought with her. I was stunned, helpless, and terrified. Tiffany crouched in front of me, her voice calm and cold. "You're going to sign the house over to Jason. Once you do, we'll let you go." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I kept thinking Jason would come home, realize something was wrong, and find me. But then I heard Tiffany talking to him on the phone. "It's done," she said, "and he didn't come. They parked my car in the garage so neighbors would think I was out of town. They left me tied to that chair in the basement, no windows, no clock, no way to know how much time was passing. The concrete floor was freezing. My back ached. My hands went numb. I tried to stay awake, tried to stay hopeful, but fear has a way of wearing you down." 2 days passed before they returned. Tiffany came down the stairs, holding a bag of food and a stack of papers, the deed transfer. She untied my hands so I could eat. My fingers were stiff, but I could move them. And when she turned her back for a moment, I grabbed the fork. I didn't think. I just acted. I lunged forward and stabbed her in the leg. She screamed, stumbling. Backward, her sister froze, shocked, and that hesitation was all I needed. I shoved her hard, knocking her off balance, and ran up the stairs. My legs felt like rubber, but adrenaline carried me. I burst out the front door and sprinted to my neighbor's house. They opened the door, saw my condition, and immediately called the police. Within minutes, officers were swarming my home. Tiffany, her sister, and yes, Jason were all arrested. The investigation revealed everything: the planning, the pressure, the manipulation, the intent to steal my home. All 3 were charged. All 3 were convicted. All 3 went to prison. When I finally met my friends again for our morning walk, they listened to the whole story with wide eyes and open mouths. When I finished, one of them shook her head and said, "Well, Judith, you're one of us now." I didn't know whether to laugh or cry, so I did a little of both. I never imagined my daughter-in-law would try to steal my home. I never imagined my own son would be part of it. But I survived. I fought back. And I learned that sometimes the people closest to you can be the ones you least expect to betray you. But I also learned something else. I'm stronger than I ever knew. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you'll never miss a new one. Asterisk.